Good morning and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson and I'll be your guide for today. Today I am going to do tarot for the week where 11/11 energy is, 11th of November, obviously. Okay, and these are messages for you and writing the energies of the 11/11 date, which is a portal within ourselves, because 11/11 is something that shows up when you are starting to ascend. You start to see the number 11/11 as a repeating number. It is infused in your DNA so that you recognize that you are actually learning to be, that you are the creator of your reality. It's one of those wake-up calls that happens with humanity. And so it is a portal. This is another reason why the ones that have been up till now in charge, not much anymore. And it's certainly depending on how you're thinking or how you're perceiving your world. In my world, they aren't in charge, because I'm starting to take that power back for myself, right? But especially there's a reason why they actually put Remembrance Day. I think it's Remembrance Day, which is remembering wars and stuff like that, on 11/11. They were trying to hijack that energy belt. They knew that that was one of those DNA activators, and so they started to align it with, let's focus everybody on wars. But I actually told my girls as they were growing up, everyone else is focusing on wars. Let's focus on create what we want to create. Use this energy to focus on what we want to create. So anyways, one of those wake-up calls. My girls are all growing up now and doing quite well, by the way. Okay. Hello, Anne, Diana, Robin, Jules, Javier, Yannicka, good to see all you guys. Emma, good morning, good morning. So good to see everyone in the chat bar. Okay, let's see what messages come up for you guys for the energy of the 11/11. Now, this can also be if you keep seeing it everywhere as well. So it's an energy that is surrounding humanity at the moment. And there's a lot of ones there. Interesting, my eldest daughter was actually born with 4 ones in her numerology date. And she was born at 1 o'clock in the morning. An extremely independent soul, knows exactly what she's about. Yeah, she's the one that's a scientist. Anyway, let's go. Messages and energy for those. We do have a few that's fallen out. We have 2 that's fallen out. They're face down. I'll just shuffle a little bit more oracle cards. Please tap me into the energy of the 11/11. I'm going to put them aside. Okay, we're going to get these 2 first. We have, first of all, the teacher. I think that there's an opening here, or an opportunity for you to learn. You might be going through quite a bit yourself through these energies at the moment, and it's actually you learning so that you can become the teacher. So things could be showing up for you in your reality that maybe you've learned in the past, and now you are learning how to get over them quicker, and then you become the teacher. You have currents of emotions as well. Yeah, I felt that there was something that you might be going through, and it is to learn to become the teacher. So an overall feeling that I'm getting, this isn't for everyone, by the way, that actually saying to me this isn't for everyone, but we'll address this point first. And the reason why is because when we crack open that portal of 11/11 in our DNA, we could end up facing off things that we didn't want to address. And with the high-end energies that's happening at the moment, and they have been ramping up slowly, kind of like that boiling frog kind of energy, all the way from especially 2020, they're saying, all the way to now. It's like it was tough then, but if you had the energies now back in 2020 or before that, it would be way too much. So they've actually been ramping up slowly to shift us into more of a love vibration. But to be in more of a love vibration, we have to then address all those things that aren't. And this is where the emotions could get a little choppy. They're showing me like an ocean getting a little choppy at the moment. And it's to say, what part of your mind needs to learn to calm down in, to learn to trust in? What part of the story that you've projected outwards and those that you're interacting with and the circumstances you're interacting with, what parts do you need to learn to calm? They're showing me now that the neuron paths in your brain that have been attached to anxiety, nervousness, apprehensiveness, that's all issues of, it's kind of like a story where you meet somebody that reminds you of the past where things didn't go well, and you're afraid, they haven't done anything yet, but you're afraid that they're going to do something in the future, something like that. Or you're in a job that's feeling the same as something in the past where everything went wrong. It could be anything, by the way, but it's bringing up these emotions for you to address. And then you're learning to, okay, I'm not going to attach that storyline to that anxiousness. I can see where that connection is now within my psyche of my mind, and how I fixate stories together, put stories together. Remember, when you've put a story together and it's a fixed position within your mind as a neuron path being attached. Let me give you an example. Say, for instance, they're giving me the example of when I was a child and I had Savaloy when I was, my body had a sickness that had a, I don't know, a flu or something like that. And I had some sort of sickness, or it was a Savaloy that was food poisoned or something like that. And I ended up spewing, and I ended up going, being in a bit of not a very nice, it wasn't a very nice, let's put it that way. And then following year, I tried a Savaloy again, and I'm sure you guys have had this, where all of a sudden it kicks in with that sickness that you had. So that's a neuron path that is attached itself to another neuron path that's saying Savaloy means sick. And so I had to go back in and go, the Savaloy is not making me sick. The Savaloy actually tastes nice. I had to change my thinking patterns to alleviate. Now I can eat Savaloys and I don't feel sick. So you're shifting the story within yourself. And this is an opportunity or a portal at the moment for you to address those stories that have been attached to something that didn't go well for you in the past. And now you are being asked or called to be the creator of your reality, and address those issues so that you're not attaching them to the problem anymore. So that means as soon as you fixate on that and it becomes the issue in the present moment, it becomes the issue in the present moment. You will seek, you will find that person, even if they're a nice person, you will find something within them that will remind you of the other person that did wrong for you in the past. So you will keep trudging until you find, no, they are like that person, because you want the story to mirror, you will make the story mirror what you're already thinking within you. So this is a learning at the moment through this 1111 portal, that nothing is as it seems, it is as we make it. That's interesting. Okay, and the other card that came out on top of this was sensitivity and strength. So we need to be able to handle this, become the teacher, to become the guide. We have to be able to have sensitivity and strength. to be able to handle the energies at the moment. And sensitivity is a strength. So where the anvil cannot float, the anvil cannot fly through the sky, through the wind or anything like that. It is strong, it is stuck, and it's stable, and it's physical, and it's really and it's heavy, you know. But the feather cannot keep something in its place, where if you put the anvil down on top of something, it will keep it in its place, or it's heavy and it will, you know, if you won't be able to shift it or anything, where the wind could take the feather. Now this is asking ourselves to look or address those parts of ourselves that are sensitive, our emotions, that sort of thing, as a valuable thing, even though to the outside world it doesn't seem like you are strong. You to look at yourself and see what is the strength of the emotions that are going on in your world, and also something to do with the strength of us, or the anvil being an opposite reflection to the feather, and it's heavy. And seeing that, sorry, it is stuck in one position, but what could, they're showing me it like on a teetering on something, and recognizing that once the strength of ourselves, where are we going with this, guys? They are seeing this polarity happen. They're showing me a polarity between the feather and the anvil, but there is a strength within the anvil that we're not seeing. It's stuck, it's positioned, it's creating. Okay, so where the feather will float around and find a position to land, if you then use your strength as like the anvil to go, this is where I'm, okay, I get where they're going. Yeah, if you use that strength, like the anvil, your strength within yourself to go, this is the only thing that I'm going to focus on now as becoming my reality. You could choose anything, they're saying. And so at the moment, things that are within your imaginational scope, your imagination is just like a floating feather. Say, for instance, you want to be abundant. You don't want to worry about money anymore. You want to be a millionaire, whatever. Let's just put that out there. And then you're like, okay, but to make that as strong as that point as strong as the anvil, where it is physically coming down into my world and it is a stuck neuron path, of course I am. They're asking us to address that too. So looking at ourselves and in seeing ourselves in the future and going, I would really love this. And then asking ourselves, what do I want to strengthen within my thoughts that will actually create that being in my physical world? When one says, I am a millionaire, when they clearly know that they're not, they feel like they're deceiving themselves. But if you say, imagine if you went into the future and you knew 100%, you had a dream or you were taken into the future or whatever, and you knew 100% that your mission, your life was meant to be that you were supposed to be a millionaire, then now when you come back to this present moment, you're more relaxed about it. It doesn't matter anymore. You still be careful with your money because you know you're not a millionaire in this moment, but you know that you're going to be in the future. So you're already riding the energy belt or the strength to solidify it in, because you've already said to yourself, it is an absolute that it is going to happen. It's just a matter of divine timing. And so you're now not worried about it because you've seen it happen. They're reminding me of this lady that had a near-death experience, and she was just an ordinary person. I wish I remember her name then, you guys. If I remember her name later, I'll put it down in the comments. But I just heard this story and they're reminding me of that. She had this near-death experience, and when she was dead, she actually saw herself as an actress and getting an award and everything. And when she woke up, they're like, oh my God, you nearly died. And she's like, yeah, I know what to do now. And she was nowhere near, she had no acting lessons, nothing. She just went, I'm an actress. And they're like, what? You're crazy, that sort of thing. But she already had an insight into what her soul's recognition was, or her mission was, or something like that. And so she's actually this famous actress, and I will find that name and put it down below. I'll try to anyway. And what was she in? No, can't remember. I remember seeing in a movie while I was on a ship. Anyways, so if you get what I mean. So now we're learning to solidify, using this strength of ourselves, solidify the stories that we really want. So the 1111 portal at the moment is learning to solidify the stories that we really truly know we desire, we want. Okay, let's get into some tarot as well. I'll chop and change. Messages for energies at the moment, please. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. See, there's a bit of work going on at the moment, but the rewards are going to be massive. You're coming to the end of the cycle of that work, whatever you're doing on yourself. It's like the end of it all. It's like, yeah, you can do this. This is starting to show up. It's going to push through because this person has worked, immensely on something, on his mind, on who they are, on the business or the platform that they're trying to manifest or become physical in their story, so that they can actually gain prosperity and stuff like that. They have been working really hard. So yeah, we know that with this too, even though you're coming towards the end, there's a feeling of exhaustion of, oh my God, how much further, how many more pentacles do I have to make here? How much more work do I have to do here to ground this? And yeah, so there is a feeling of, but it's interesting too, the more that you clear, the lighter you get. So it's like the more that you push through, just that opening that you push through, the lighter you get on the other side of that. And so that means that you think in the moment when you are still doing the work and you're still also holding on to certain stories that aren't really helping you, oh, I have to do a lot of work to be able to receive, that sort of thing. They're asking you to push through a little bit more and then relax. And when you relax, watch your story unfold towards you. That means that you no longer have to do all of the hard work anymore. And you are starting to reap in the rewards of the 9 of coins, the 10 of coins. Yeah, so that's interesting. This is a time to go within oneself to do all this work as well, because the step that we're moving into is an inner journey first and the outer journey last. How you feel is creating how you are living, and recognizing that. So the inner journey is the compass towards what you are creating. Constantly readdress or look within yourself as to how you're feeling through this. And then we have the Page of Wands, so stepping into the actions of everything, feeling vulnerable with it. You're not a king yet or anything. You're just like we are moving forward. We do know what we're going to, we kind of know what we're going to do next. We've got this wand now, and that means an action. We've got an action to move towards now. We know how to do this, but we still have to actually, we have to solidify it, right? We have to solidify it. I'm going to get some more oracles. What oracles do I get here? Actually, I'm going to get an animal card at the moment. We're going to go all over the show with this. Hey. Xavier, I am a millionaire. I was driving a white Lamborghini the other night. Isn't that funny? It's so interesting. I keep seeing Teslas everywhere at the moment, and they're literally a sign for me to go, yeah, you're raising your abundance level. You know, you're energetically aligning with them. And then the other day I had a lovely friend, and she's like, jump in my car. It was a Tesla. I'm like, oh my God, this car is pretty cool. I'd never been in one before. So, you know, it's like you start to see the signs coming in, right? Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're learning through the 1111 that we are the creators of our reality, but we also have to take responsibility for what we're creating and how our story within ourselves is actually moving along, and what we're actually not, what's keeping us stuck, what's making us feel sick or making us feel or anxious or whatever. It's literally showing all these things up for us, which is really powerful, because the next step over that threshold, it's like a threshold that we're moving out and towards, creates, that's telling me 222 then, 2222. 2222 is unity, it is collaboration, it is coming together with the opposite of what we've been fighting. So it is emergence of a whole self as well. And yeah, so sorry, I was just getting this message of one, meaning one can also mean you're determined and all that, but you're moving through an imbalanced state of mind where you're only fixated on one part of yourself, and the rest of yourself is denied. And then you end up in trouble because you're unbalanced. Then they go into the 2, and the 2 is learning to bring that balance back in. And then they're saying then you can go back to the 1. Okay, and then the 1 is now in balance. So you're moving through as one with your outer and your inner world as one. Just had to at least say that for somebody out there. We do have a couple of animal cards that have fallen out. Okay, we have the snow leopard, self-reliance. Yeah, so we're learning to be self-reliant, but from a balanced state of awareness and understanding the power of you and what you're actually creating here. You are strongly independent and often solitary. So we have that solitary card as well. So there could be at the moment with the 1111, you're the only one who can do this work. You know, you could seek advice, but in the end, you're the one that has to do the work. Like I could tell you everything, but if you just take it away and don't do any of the work, then it doesn't make any difference to your life. But in the end, you're the one that has to like address your mind. Where's your story? What's your outer story showing you is not in alignment with your inner story? And does your inner story need to just hang in there a little bit longer for your outer story to come back towards you in a better way, because your inner story is aligned with your soul? There's a feeling of that as well. And integrity is important for the best outcome, is definitely with a snow leopard. We have to look at ourselves. If we're not being integral or have integrity for ourselves, We're only going to seek problems in other people, and we're going to keep pointing the finger in other people because we haven't addressed the fact that we couldn't control our minds. And so we're wanting to project it outwards to say, see, that person is the reason, or is the reason why I can't control my mind. And then you move through life constantly pointing the finger, and you never ever address the inner core and integrity value of yourself. And that means looking at yourself going, oh, I'm the one that has been out of balance. My mind, I couldn't let go of something in the past coming back up and showing its ugly, rearing its ugly head, and then projecting it onto the people that are with me in the present, which means that now I'm only going to see them as the person in the past. Definitely a big lesson there at the moment for those that are wanting to awaken to this, because otherwise you're going to keep going round and around in a circle, and you're not going to have that I have the inner strength within me like a snow leopard does. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So this is learning to be in the moment. And definitely that hermit's coming up with this one. Feeling of the hermit with it. It even has similar colors in the card. And then we also have with it dragonfly magic. I embrace my transformation. So remember, when you are going through a transformation, it's not always easy. I'm sure there's parts of you that are dying here, and parts of you that need to be addressed to let go, so that you can find that inner core strength within yourself, that value, that strength. So when those things are starting to move out of your life, but you've been used to having them in your head for so long, for maybe even nearly all of your life, because it's something that happened to you when you were a kid. When it's coming up now and you're letting it go, you're finally going, I'm going to move through this in a different manner. I'm going to, same story as back then, but I'm going to move through it differently. I'm going to find the strength within myself first and then move. That's a difference. I'm going to find the power within me. If I knew that I was going to be wealthy, that I was going to be secure, that I was going to be loved, if I knew that as my future self, then I wouldn't even pretty much give much attention to what's happening right now, even if it does show up as exactly the same as what happened in the past. See the difference? So you're coming from your strength. There's something there within this 1111 portal that's showing you how to come from your strength and then move, so that you're not focusing on or bringing up anxiety to do with the past. You are shifting through this transformation from strength. And so you are now learning that you are the central pinnacle of creation of your story. You are that. And that means everything's going to change in the future, because you're all of a sudden seeing yourself as that strength. You cannot, remember this, you cannot imagine yourself in a certain light unless it was already a possibility for you to align with. So if you could imagine yourself in the state that you really truly desire, whatever that is, I want to create potions and sell them to everybody and become, a shaman of helping others recognize the connection between Mother Earth and myself. I don't know, whatever it is. If you saw yourself as that powerful, powerful person within your imagination now, then there is a definite absolute possibility for you to become that. It's in your imagination for a reason. And so that means, if that is an absolute possibility, it's funny, it's like possibility and absolute in the same sentence sounds Yeah, but an absolute possibility, then you can feel into that and go, this is who I am, and I've just forgotten in this present moment, so I'm going to keep on reminding myself of the energy as if it's already happened. But you're not tricking yourself anymore, because you are, which is kind of like a deceitful cloth over top of you. I'm trying to help you understand the alignment of you and the frequency of where you're actually wanting to go. Because through this 1111 portal, there is that. There is clarity. There is clarity that can come wash over you in the moments. I'm going to take the oracle cards. Okay. Candace, Rebel Wilson has NDE and shown she would be famous actress. Yeah, that was the one. I'm pretty sure she's a comedian, right? The reason why I can't remember is because I actually don't know her name. Terrible with names, by the way. Okay, we have friendliness. I think you're right, Candace. That's the one. I think she was going into law. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you, Candace. Friendliness. Terrible names. I've got myself in so much trouble with names. I've spoken to people for like an hour and then I've forgotten their face, their name, everything, because I just feel energy. And if their energy shifts and I don't really know them, then I won't remember them. I just come from energy first. It's so interesting. Same person can come up with a different energy, and then I'll just ignore them because I don't know them. I've done that before. And then they're like, but I spoke to you for an hour last week. Oh, sorry. Never meant to be rude, just how it happens. Maybe there's a lesson enough for them. Anyway, get myself into trouble. Okay, friendliness. Let's get back into this reading. Look at this, 11 on the card. You know, the two trunks of the trees coming together to create friendliness. Be gentle on yourself. Be kinder to yourself. Be kinder to yourself. It's okay. It's a process. We're working through it. You're doing well. They want you to pat yourself on the back. They want you to be your own best friend. It's important at the moment. We've got to stop getting up ourselves. Just as I say that, look, it comes up, the guilt card. We've got to stop getting up. This is what keeps us hellbound. This guilt and this feeling of yucky neuron paths attached to rah, 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 and then we feel bad that we actually had a bad feeling, and then let it go, let it go, let it go. It's okay. As it comes up, let it go. As soon as you catch it, let it go. Don't get up yourself. Be friendly towards yourself. We want to strengthen the neuron paths within our minds that are the friendliest ones, not the guilt ones, guilt-ridden ones. I think that there's another message there too. They are showing me these hands that are attacking this mind and this person. And I think that sometimes we do tend to create stories of, oh yeah, there's an energy, there's an energy around here that's making me go mad. There might be an entity or something like that that's making me go mad. They're saying, bring it back to yourself and take responsibility. There is nothing in your vortex or yourself that isn't who you are. It's just that you've not seen the strength in yourself to overcome that, and so you become victimized to it. So there's something there as well just to look at and you face off with for yourself as you're going through this. Anything that we project outside of us, it means that we are not taking responsibility for it. If you're the creator, if you're the God moving forward, creating what you want, source energy moving forward, creating what you want through love of self, then you are needing to take responsibility for everything, right? Yes, the outside world can show up as horrible creatures and horrible this and horrible that. But when you go back to the core of who you are as source energy, nothing is more powerful than who you are, because all reside in source energy, and that is, we are all that. It's those that are clawing at you in an outside way, if they are coming at you, say it's an actual person or something, they've probably found the strength within themselves to do what they do, but it's very imbalanced. And so they have over-empowerment on one thing, trying to control their outside world. But they don't have any power within themselves of how they feel. They feel crap most of the time. If you come at them feeling good about who you are, then you will always shift their story to never really taking control of you, because something to do with, I think that there's some hidden thing. There's something, I feel like there's something still unveiling for us at the moment. Sorry, I'm feeling into it, but I also feel like there's some power within us that's unveiling. They're showing me the moon, and a mysterious moon, showing us what truth is. There's something to do with 1111 portals that's pulling out this truth of who we are and how much power we actually do have, what we can actually change and what we cannot change, what we allowed, what we cannot change, what we don't resonate with, how we can slip through the veil of that. We don't need to even address it anymore. It's something, there's something missing, but it's coming to light in the future. And the more intense we get with our feeling base, with who we are, the more we become more empathic, the more these things are going to come to light as well. So there is still something there that's just a tweak or something that's, I can't quite feel into it. Maybe because I haven't shifted it with myself, and I can't really, you know, we can only, I can give you the messages, but sometimes I need to feel into those. Sometimes the message is the actual feeling, and if it's an actual feeling and I can't get to it, then I can't give it to you guys either, and I don't want to pretend like I can. Yeah, sorrow card came out. Sorry. But the sorrow card is also showing me this in the background is an opening or a portal, something opening up to the vast universe. The sorrow of leaving the confinements of the space of that. They're showing me that square box again, where I channeled through in the last channeling about 1111, where the 1111 became 1111. Yeah, became a square box. And they're showing me us contained in the safety net of the square box, a containment, a feeling of, but now we have to leave it, leave the nest, so to speak, leave that. And it's vulnerable because now, because we're opening up to this incredible vastness, universe, expansion, just whoa. But we're no longer feeling the safety net of being confined or controlled by somebody else telling us who we are, what we can do, where we can go, all that sort of stuff. You should feel this way and that way. You should do what I want because I'm the one that's, I don't know, got all the money, or I'm the one that's got the power, or I'm the one that's pulling the strings. You're leaving the confinements of that and stepping into a whole new vastness that is feeling little, and the bringing up that wands, page of wands again, feeling a bit vulnerable as you're moving into this vastness behind. So we have to, it's, you know, sorrow, emotions are purging here because we're leaving some sort of comfort space. There's an unseen there because we haven't quite broken the seal and moved into the expansiveness of where we're actually going, and living completely in the moment with that, trusting the solidness of one's own core beliefs over anything else is your stability bucket as you move through. So yeah, I think I'm starting to get, there's a pressure here too. See, the hermits goes back and they actually retreat within themselves, but they also retreat within their physical confinement, stay in the room and do the inner work. But they're showing me this diamond that's been under pressure for so long that the diamond is actually showing us like you actually found the diamond within you, but now you're still hiding it in a confinement place because, whoa, you have to let go of the safety net of somebody else telling you or being in control of you. You have to humanity literally has to let go of that. We have tuning in now. See, all of this is going within oneself. And look, we've got the gremlins again, right? The gremlins that are around here. But see, this person is taking it to heart. They're taking it as, oh my God, don't do that to me. I'm not strong enough to be able to handle you. I'm too weak. I can't control my mind. You control it by all of your demons and crap and negative thinking. The blame game and that. And then this person, what a total opposite. Here's the gremlins are around like woo, 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 and she's sitting here like calm, relaxed. I know myself and I will shine. Like she's shining, right? She's glowing. She's just ever present. She's not afraid of the unknown. She's not afraid of letting go of the confinements. She's got a vastness of water in front of her as well. She's purged the emotions as well. So there's that's happening through this 1111 portal. It's quite profound. It's quite intense and profound. We're learning to become our own sovereign selves. We don't need things like birth certificates and all of that sort of stuff. There's nothing outside of us that can tell us who we are. We know it within the core belief of ourselves. That means we start to integrate all of our souls, past lives and everything as well. That cannot be contained. It's a vastness of gifts and knowing, wisdom, and all of that that comes through for you as well. It's huge. It opens that beautiful star, the stars that are behind that door of confinement. You become the star, they're saying. You become that diamond. You become the star of your show. Just like Rebel Wilson, sorry. She became the star of her show. Didn't matter what she looked like. Didn't matter that she didn't have any acting. Didn't matter anything. She became the star of her show. And only because she truly felt when she had that near-death experience who she was. At the core essence, her soul came in and showed it. You can do that when you go within. You can find the true value of who you are when you go within. When you meditate, you start to see that. I felt it before, just before I started to go live with channeling. I had a terrible breakup and it was horrible. It was horrific, actually. I got beat up, the whole fnag, cheated on everything. And I just went in and did this whole meditation. I went, if I can handle this, I can handle anything. Show me my power. And see, it's when you start to feel that. I went within and I felt this an incredible goddess of an energy come through me. And when that happened, the power that was, and I could foresee myself speaking in front of millions and helping other people get through things and changing this world through that work. And so but I had to go inwards. I had to stop blaming the other people that were showing up as horrible to me, and went inwards and found that power within me. And then I just went, I'm going live. I know who I'm supposed to be now. And so I started moving towards it. Didn't mean that I still had to, I'm 57. I'm I had a lot of things that I had to shed to be able to come into that empowerment. But over the last 3 years or so that I have been live, I've been shedding as I've been going along, teaching you guys these messages. And I feel that we're on this prefaces, like a lot of us in the chat bar watching this are on this prefaces of becoming that powerful person that we know that we are. It's important. it's important because that's how we shift this reality. You become the truth to who you are, whole and a whole self. You're no longer conditioned, like this came out in reverse. You're no longer pretending to be the sheep anymore. You are stepping into who you truly are. You're the lion. You roar. Become the lion and roar and be you. You know, it doesn't matter how different it is. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be unique. You're supposed to be shining that uniqueness. You wouldn't have it within your contents of how you feel about yourself unless it was supposed to come out in an outer way to show others anyway. You're not an outsider. You are only the outsider because you saw yourself as small, trying to fit into a conditioned box that pulled you into a program of fitting into something that you never could fit into, because your soul is way more vast than that. Way more vast than that. You're huge. You're huge. You're huge. You're expansive is a better word. Okay, understanding. So we're learning that we are getting out of this cage, right? A lot of cage references here. And freeing oneself, freeing yourself. No one else can free you. You have to do this work. You have to go and find out, okay, I can't keep projecting on other people who I am. I am this powerful person. And they're showing up as to where I've tried to fit into their story so that I stay small. But really, I'm beyond that. So let's just be me and let everything fall away, not be afraid of things falling away. Now, there was a card here about that, wasn't it? Not allowing, and allow your emotions to be your guide as well. Don't contain yourself in a mindset of, I have to look a certain way to become me, to become somebody that will fit in this world. This is what we're breaking through free of. And it's really good that in some ways the young ones have shaken everything up for the older ones to go, now what? Remember when we were young, we were the ones shaking it up for our parents, and our parents were going, now what? Well, it's actually becoming bigger and bigger with this whole the whole rule bases, the rules are all falling down. They're showing me that Harry Potter, where she puts up all of those rules, they keep showing up the same things sometimes, but they're showing me an earthquake happening because the kids are all singing or all coming together and vibrating in the same ways, and it's literally creating an earthquake where all those rules just start falling. That's what they're showing me at the moment. It's pretty cool. Okay, guys. I think I'll get one more deck here, and then I'm feeling like packing up. So I'm just going to get these high-end fifth dimensional cards, and then I will open up the chat bar to free chat bar readings. Any messages from this deck for the 1111 portal, please? Here we go. Star family. Oh my God. You're part of a team of souls. Call in your support. Okay, so even though you have to do this work. There's no one else that can do it. You have to do it. But there's when we start to align with our souls, we're also starting to align with our star family. We're starting to align with those that haven't actually been born on Earth in a human form, but they're still in energy as the observer of the story that you are moving through. And they're here to help. And they want you to actually ask for their help, to show you the path, to show you the clear way. Yes, they might end up putting up the obstacle. They're showing me when I had a vision in, gosh, it would have been early 2000s, of these rocks falling on me, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then my partner, I was a husband at the time, my ex-husband just started to speak. we are showing you something to do with showing you the path. We are clearing the path to show you the path, or clearing the rocks to show you the path, or something like that. But they're showing me up that now because sometimes an issue can come. I understand that now. I didn't understand it at the time, but sometimes for the soul family to come in and help you, they actually bring in people to say specific things to trigger you, and so that you can see that disempowerment within yourself, so that you can see the rock that you've held already within your mind, that you limited yourself with, and it's now in your storyline, so that you can go, oh, I'm going to approach that differently. I'm going to see the power that I denied myself, that I thought that that person had it over me, that sort of thing. It's a huge transition at the moment, but they are here to help. And call in your support. Ask them to help you. Okay, so anyone who wants a free reading, just say yes, please. Sorry, I thought I already said that. But yeah. Well, thanks. Or I don't know. Just say yes, me, so that I know. I just need to know that you've given me permission to read for you is really what it is. And I'll put all these back. And we'll get into... If you are leaving me here, thank you so much for being part of this general message. And if you carry on and listen to these chat bar readings, there might be a message in it for you. And I feel like taking these ones. Okay, Justin. Oh, we have two that just kind of plopped out, three that plopped out all at once. Okay. Still, okay. So there's something here. We have the King of Chalice that came out all together. The Four of Pentacles, holding on to something maybe a little too tight to be able to see. Something's been offered, something wants to be offered to you. Now they're bringing me to, okay, I went along, I just wanted to, it's entangled with my story, so I just want to tell you a little bit about that. I'm just going to be vulnerable and just say it. So I was looking for a house, like you guys knew. I felt stuck. I didn't know where I was going, couldn't see a path ahead at all. And I was still in my victim. I was holding on to something. I didn't want it to change. In some respects, I didn't want it to change. I was scared of what was going to be, how I was going to move into the power of myself. Now, this is a message for you, Justin, but I'm saying it from my own point of view. And then when I had made a firm decision to let go of whatever it was that was keeping me in a safety net or holding on to something, a mindset, it was a mindset within myself. And then I went, that's it, I let go completely. All of a sudden, the very next moment, I saw the chalice card come in. These are very reflective because they're holographics, so it's hard to see, but it's like I saw the hand of God coming in. I saw the opportunity coming in. I knew what to do next. Oh my God, house sitting, of course. And then boom, there were so many house sittings there, and I could choose whatever one I wanted, and I felt free, and it was like, oh my God, this is going easy. Everything went click, 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 and I feel now empowered, because now I recognize the outside world is reflecting to me what I need to do next. And so there's something to do with that. You're holding on to something too tight to be able to see. Something needs to be let go of you for you to see the next thing coming in for you. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Debbie, we have the Queen of Swords come in. So you're starting to come into your power of direction, knowing thyself. And like she's got her hand out, like, I direct my life to go this way. Her showing me, I direct it to go that way. I am taking control of my truth, of my soul and who I am, and I am directing it in this manner, this way. Oh, look what was coming out with it, the Eight of Wands. So this is, with that clarity of knowing where you're going, you just move forward real fast, everything, because this is a fast card of everything coming in for you. action's been made, actually grounded on this planet, like in your reality. Boom, it happens. But you need to get clear within yourself, absolute clear within your mind. Yes, that's my path. Yes, that's where I'm going. I know this now, and I sit with my truth, and I'm saying, and I'm directing where it goes. And that means you have to take full responsibility of that. But then when we do that, we look at ourselves and go, but what if that goes wrong? But they're like, that's what's actually blocking this. That's what's actually blocking this. Showing me the dragonfly again. And when dragonfly came to me, huge story that happened there, after a dream and the actual dragonfly coming, it was actually teaching me. I held out my hand and it flew upside down over my hand and flew backwards and forwards and did all this really weird, and then it flew off because I was asking my team, my spirit guides, which way to go next, and they're saying anyway. Go anyway. Just be really assertive in what you choose. Choose with confidence within yourself. So there's something to do with choosing with confidence within yourself. Teresa, let's go with you, Teresa. Okay, for Teresa, please. Don't forget, I am a reader and an intuitive counselor. If you want to book me a one-on-one session, the links are down below. Well, okay, we have a card that's come out for you. You have the Star card. It's time for you to move into the, shine brightly. Become the one for others. You becoming the guide for others. You're shining so brightly that you know how to handle the emotions within yourself. They're showing the fire here. You know how to light the fire or the spark within your own self to be able to move forward, and it's you becoming the guide for others. But it's also because of that, you won't miss any opportunity. So there's opportunities that will come up because you know that you planted the seeds. I don't think you could see it because of this card, but there's flowers growing here. You already planted the seeds, and the seeds are now growing into the flowers. The flowers are producing the wishes coming true. And so the Star card becomes the wish card, but you are actually a guide for others. You are stepping into becoming a guide for others. And Ace of Pentacles, there could be something to do with a lack of abundance, but there's a new beginning coming in for you with this. You have planted the seeds, so something coming in that's not showing up yet because it is in reverse. A new beginning that you haven't quite or you haven't actually tripped up over. There's a few more steps or something still to be made, but keep on shining yourself as a guiding light. You are there. Just because something doesn't show up as the abundance of what you expected doesn't mean that you haven't got that true value within yourself. So take that back. Anyway, okay, so we'll go into Javier. And we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Swords to me is somebody who takes something to try to protect themselves. They're like, I need to be a little bit cunning here, deceitful, just to overprotect myself. There's something about letting that go. Stop trying to protect yourself by stealing the opportunity. Interesting. Because the King of Chalice, the king of their emotions, this is a king of, I know who I am, my heart is huge, I am, like, hard to say, I am a beautiful king of chalice, and it means I am in charge of my heart. I can handle my emotions. To be able to do this, he would never step into being somebody who tries to overprotect themselves by saying things or doing things to do that. He would just go, I am the ruler of my destiny. I am somebody who comes from my heart. I am casting my net. There's a net down here. I am casting my net of love, and I am no longer going to fall into the habit of what I did before to try to protect myself. Something to do with that keeps coming up for you at the moment. Sometimes we disguise ourselves through our weaknesses by justifying what we do in our actions so that we can say, oh, just for this moment. And I'm not saying that it's wrong or right. Believe you me, I've done it as well. Everybody has. It's not one person here who hasn't done, hasn't tried to avoid a situation by picking up, or we'll just say this little lie just so that it gets me through. Absolutely everyone has. But if you were in the king energy, you wouldn't need to do that at all, because you're just like, I trust. I'm moving myself through my own creation, and you let go of the people that you need to be deceitful around. So you no longer even join with them to bring up those issues. They fall away. So the truth is, and you standing in the power of who you are, is your actual bottom of your bucket. It is your stability. Thanks, Jeannie. Please like the video and subscribe, Annie. Yeah, thanks. If you could like the video, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, it will go. I don't even know why I pulled that one out. It's probably actually, don't even know if you asked for a message here. No. Oh, yes, please. Okay, I pulled for you. Sorry, I got confused there because I was reading one thing and not the thing above. For you, Jeannie, we got, sorry, the Hierophant. So this is, I'm ready to make a contract with something of my soul's path and bring it into this world, which means that there is something of a safety net you're wanting to bring through to make your life feel stable. And as you're moving along, what could make your life feel stable? Maybe ask that question. What could make my life feel stable and strong? What could that be? I think you asking that question, because even the confusion that I just went through there, it was like, and I felt real wishy-washy. Something about finding stability within your production of your life. You're feeling vulnerable with this. The Knave of Swords is someone who does pick up the sword of truth, but they kind of wield it with a bit of, oh my God, I'll wield it here, and then I'm not sure if I'm standing in my power or not. They're a little bit flimsy with who they are, just in this grounded moment. So there's something about learning to have stability in the grounded moment with you. It's coming through. You are, this came out on its side, so they're asking you to move forward anyway. No matter what, move forward. That's the most important thing. Just keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. Keep on moving. Okay, guys, I think I'll leave it here. I love you guys heaps. Until next time, don't forget, if you want an actual one-on-one reading with me, the link is down below. And I have a school called AMAKEL. My school is beautiful. I have just created an elemental game as well. Oh my God, it is so exciting. These ideas that are coming through for me to create these intuitive games. Just created a planet game. That's so cool. You literally go on a ship and go through different planets. So it's actually giving you these cool vibes as well. Plus I've got a faster dice game coming up, just so that you can click into your intuition and not, all the other energies. But yeah, so all of those are coming up. I just published the the planet game, the elemental game or the Fae game is coming up, and the fast dice game is coming up. So yeah, if you want to join in with our Patreon school, I also have a telekinesis lesson coming up for those that have that have booked or purchased, sorry, my words are escaping me, the silver tier, which is a little bit more expensive, but that also brings in the lessons as well. Love you guys heaps. Until next time. Bye.